All right, we'll go ahead and get started now. Again, um, if the staff can monitor the chat for any questions. And yes, we will have, at the end, we'll have a breakout room just for Spanish speakers, for Spanish speaking families to connect with Miguel. He's right here. He's on the screen as Consejero Miguel from the College of Letters and Science. He'll be available to connect with any Spanish speaking families to answer any questions that you might have. All right. All right, we'll go ahead and get started. My name is Luther Richmond. I'm an EOP counselor and coordinator. I'm very excited to be here. I was a stepper myself in 2003. So I was in your shoes years ago when I was coming into UCSB. I did my undergraduate BA in communication, and then I took a gap year off, and I went back to school to get my master's in counseling. My role in EOP is, like I mentioned, a counselor and a coordinator. So I see students during the academic year for counseling, academic counseling, and academic success coaching. I also coordinate our American Indian and Indigenous Cultural Resource Center, as well as the STEP program in the summer. That's my summer role. I grew up in Santa Barbara, so I love connecting to new students or students new to the area about making Santa Barbara their new home away from home. And as a first year, I remember being like a little bit confused. There were a lot of things on my to-do list, to get into UCSB with all the steps to enrollment. I felt pretty anxious, a little nervous, but I know that EOP helped me figure things out, and it really helped me grow. And so I'm really excited to be in this position to help students who might be feeling the same things, right? And through EOP, I learned about student affairs and higher education, and just some of the different perspectives on those two things, and it really helped me grow professionally. All right. And so why do students come to see me or other EOP counselors? Really, any reason. They can come in for any academic questions, any personal questions, um, whether it's a hard time or whether it's a time to celebrate. We want to connect with you, right? We always say that EOP is a hub. So if you're not sure where exactly to go, you can come to EOP, speak with a counselor, and we'll get you referred to the appropriate departments that are out there across campus, which there are many, many of them, right? I just also want to acknowledge parents' concerns and uncertainty. Hi parents, buenas tardes, padres, and guardians. I just I encourage you all, the parents, please ask any questions. There's no such thing as a bad question. Please, this is a safe space. So all of our staff will be committed to connecting with you right after the presentation. Okay. All right, we'll go to the next slide. Here's what we'll be up to today. So this is our agenda. All of our staff that'll be working on this year's program will do their introductions. We'll go over a little bit of a very, very brief STEP mission and the history of STEP in the EOP department, like way too brief to do any justice, but I wanted to share a few things. We'll go over a program overview. So what to expect during the week of STEP. We have a really busy packed schedule, so we'll go over that briefly. Students, you should have already received the calendar, the STEP calendar. I sent it out on Sunday afternoon. So hopefully you've already, I think most people have already downloaded that and looked it over. We'll talk briefly about COVID-19 safety. Things are much better than they were last year, but it still is out there, and we want to mitigate and avoid any outbreaks during STEP. So we have a few pointers there and a couple of pieces of information to go over in that regard. We have some move-in information. So I know there's been a lot of questions about move-in. When is it? Where do I go? So we'll hopefully get everyone on the same page for move-in, and then also what to bring to STEP. You should have already received that, but we'll go over that in case you missed the document in your original STEP acceptance email. All right. Next. Our director, Aaron Jones, he just informed me a few minutes ago that he is currently at his back to school night with his high schooler and I think close to middle schooler. So Dr. Aaron Jones will be joining us in a little bit. And at that time, when he pops in, he'll be able to introduce himself. He was a stepper himself back in the summer of 1989, right? I don't mean to age him like that. I'll say, I think I said my year. I'm step 2003. And we also have other steppers across campus, which I'll get into in a little bit. So yeah, we can go ahead and skip to the next slide, and we'll do a little bit more of an intro. I already did my intro, so I'll pass it over to another one of our EOP counselors and our residential coordinator, Jennifer Leon.
Hi, everyone. My name is Jennifer Leon, pronouns she, her, ella. I'm, like Luther said, one of the EOP counselors. I'm also the residential coordinator for STEP. In my role at EOP, I really just provide that holistic support for, I have a very unique group that I work with. I work with students who may be at risk at Promise, and I also work with all the students who I guess have the scholars title in their IUCSB. And I'm very excited to be here. I'm also an UCSB alum. I graduated in 2009. Unfortunately, I didn't get to do STEP, but I feel like I've been part of STEP. I've been with EOP for 4 years, and I've gotten to really feel like I've been part of STEP, and it's really great to see the steppers, we call our STEP participants, we call them steppers, just grow while they're here. So that's me in a nutshell. I'll go ahead and popcorn it over to Christine, our co-residential coordinator.
Hi, everybody. My name is Christine Choi, pronouns she, her, hers. I serve an academic year as an EOP counselor, as well as a coordinator for one of our cultural resource centers, the Asian Resource Center. But in STEP, I'm super excited to be one of our co-residential coordinators, and we'll talk all about residential soon, so I'll explain a little bit more, but happy to be there to support the participants and our residential staff. I'm also a UCSB alum. I also, like Jennifer, did not do STEP because I was not as smart as you all and did not check my emails before I went to college. So good on you all for being on top of it. I'm very jealous, so I'm excited to be able to experience STEP. But I will actually go ahead and popcorn to, I don't know if we have any of our OAs, but maybe I'll popcorn to Marlene.
Hi, everyone. My name is Madeleine Gonzalez. I'm actually a UCSB alum. I just graduated in June. A former stepper. I did STEP in 2019, and that's actually how I met most of the friends that I still have to this day. So I really hope and manifest that for all of you, that you really make those long-lasting connections here. My pronouns are she, her, hers, and I graduated with a degree in sociology and a minor in applied psychology. With that, I will pass it on to Sarai.
Hi, everyone. My name is Sarai. I'm a rising 5th year. I use she, her, ella pronouns. And I'm a double major in history of public policy and law and Chicano studies. And this is actually also my first time doing STEP, but I'm super excited to be right alongside all the other steppers and be able to experience the sense of community. And I'll popcorn it to Keon.
Hi, y'all. My name is Keon. I use he and they pronouns. I'm one of the team leaders this year, as well as a PA. So I've probably been spamming a lot of your inboxes for both responsibilities. I'm from the San Fernando Valley. I know there's some of y'all in attendance who are also from there. So representation matters. And yeah, I also did STEP in 2019. It was really transformative and really grounding. I also was able to cultivate a real sense of community through STEP. And I've been working STEP every single year after. I think with that, I'm going to popcorn to Camille.
Hey everyone, my name is Camille Casada. I am a rising senior. My pronouns are she, her, ella. And yeah, it's my first time doing STEP. I'm super excited. I'm one of your team leads. My major is sociology, and I have a minor in applied psychology. And I'm going to pass it on to our last team lead, Maria.
Hello, my name is Maria Hernandez Lopez. I use she, her, they pronouns. I'm an incoming 4th year with a major in political science and 2 minors in history and applied psychology. And I'm from the IE, the Inland Empire, specifically Fontana. So if anyone else is from the IE, yup. And What else? Oh, last year I was an RA for STEP, and this year I'm a team lead, and I absolutely loved it and met so many amazing people who I'm still friends with. And yeah, I'll go ahead and start it off with our RAs this year, and I'll start it off with Anita.
Hi, everyone. I'm Anita Ontiveros. I was a former stepper last year in 2022. I'm from the high desert from Rosemont. If anyone knows where that is. I live right off of Edwards Air Force Base, like right by Mojave. I am a rising sophomore with a double major in communications, sociology, and history minor. So we'll see what I pick up next. And with that, I'll popcorn it to Daphne.
Hi everyone, I'm sorry. Hi everyone, I'm so sorry. I'm Daphne Barajas. I am a second year pre-bio major on the pre-med track. I did STEP last year, so I was a stepper in 2022, and it was very amazing. I had the best time, and I also found my mentors there who guided me and allowed me to like find my community during school. I'm very excited to be your guys' RA. I'm so sorry. I'm gonna popcorn it to Alexis.
Hi guys, I'm Alexis. I'm an incoming second year as an environmental studies major. I live in Fillmore, California, so not too far from ECSB. My relationship with STEP is last year I was also a stepper, so just like you guys coming in, and a lot of our staff here are steppers. So just given that alone, our faculty is really close knit, which is why it's going to be really exciting for everyone to come into STEP and just have like the best experience ever as a freshman. And with that, I'm going to popcorn it to Brianna.
Hi everyone, I'm Bree. My pronouns are she, her. I'm a major in my major is psych and brain sciences, and my relationship with STEP is I was a stepper last year, and so it's really amazing being part of the team and like the behind the scenes of the program, because I know what it was like to receive all that knowledge and like community that like EOP and like the STEP program offers. And I like, along with like many of the other steppers who became faculty this year, like we all kind of just wanted to like pass on like that same experience, because we know how important and impactful it was. And I'll pass it to Bianca.
Hi everyone, I'm Bianca. My pronouns are she, her, hers, ella. My major is biopsychology, and I'm actually from East Palo Alto, so the Bay Area. Hey, and this year I'm going to be a STEP RA. I actually did STEP last year as well, just like everyone else. And it's so exciting coming back as an RA and like being able to again like pass down all this knowledge. Like I'm only like 1 year older than you guys, but you know, I've experienced so much already. You grow so much in this first year, and I'm just kind of excited to kind of be here for everyone to lean on. Hopefully we can help dissolve all those anxieties that you're coming in with. And yeah, with that, I'm gonna popcorn over to Rahul.
Hi everyone, I'm Rahul. I go by he, him pronouns. I'm a psych and brain sciences major, and like, well, everybody here, I went to STEP last year, and yeah, I just wanted to come back and give to the community that I learned so much from. And about where I'm from, I'm originally from India, but now I live in Arkansas. So if there's anybody from Arkansas out there, then that's all good. But well, I'll pass it on to Rajveer.
Hi everyone, my name is Rajveer. My pronouns are she, hers. I'm an anthropology major, and my relationship with STEP is that I did it 2 years ago as a freshman. It was really helpful in, you know, calming down the nerves, but also meeting some of my very close friends and best friends, who are still my friends to this day. So yeah, and with that, I will popcorn it to, let's see.
Ravinder.
Hi everyone, my name is Rupinder. My pronouns are she, her, hers, and I'm a rising fourth year with a double major in sociology and Asian American studies. I'm from Kingsbury, California, which is from the Central Valley. So if you guys are from the Central Valley, please say hi to me when we meet. And yeah, I really appreciate STEP because it really helped me find a place that find like a sense of belonging and make some friends as well, and you'll make some lasting friendships hopefully. I'll pass it on to let me see who else we got left. Did Darinka go yet?
Hi, so my name is Darinka. I'm actually a UCSB alum. I recently just graduated this past spring as a double major in stats and econ, and I'm originally from East LA. I have not done STEP before, but I've heard great things about it. I'm really excited to work with all you guys, and yeah, and I think I'm the last one.
Oh, I still haven't gone. Okay. Hi everyone. So I'm Mel. I use she, her, ella pronouns, and I'm a Chicano studies major and an incoming second year. I did STEP last year, so I'm really excited to come back and be an RE this year for all of you. And I hope that the same way that it really helped me transition into college, it will help all of you as well. So I'm super excited and looking forward to it.
Nice, thank you, thank you. Are there any other RAs or team leads in the Zoom room? I think that's everyone. And last but not least, I would like to invite Miguel Moran Lanier to introduce himself. Special
Hi, I'm
guest.
Miguel Moran Lanier. I'm an academic advisor in the College of Letters and Science, and you will see me around in STEP. I'm working and supporting STEP in a number of ways. So we'll see you throughout the week. And I'm originally from Orange County, Santa Ana, California, and but I lived part of my life in Ciudad Guzmán, Jalisco. Y para los padres que hablan español, soy Miguel Morán Lanier, soy consejero académico en la Facultad de Letras y Ciencia, y voy a estar aquí toda la semana trabajando con STEP en diferentes formas, apoyando a sus hijos, y como consejero académico, también los voy a apoyar durante su transcurso en sus estudios aquí en la universidad. Thank you.
All right. Thank you, Miguel. And we'll keep it moving. So the next slide. The STEP mission statement. Shout out to all the STEPers, STEP 23 students. There's a handful of y'all with your cameras on. Shout out to y'all. We want to get a volunteer. Any STEPers ready to volunteer to read the mission statement? Anyone willing to step up and put yourselves out there?
Yeah, I can do it. Okay.
Okay. Yeah.
So the STEP mission statement is the
Oh,
mission
Bree,
of the STEP program to aid.
hold up, Bree. Hold up. No, I was asking for a STEP 23.
Oh my God. So
no
sorry.
worries. Hey,
I
our
mean,
staff,
technically, I'm just kidding.
our staff is eager to assist. Shout out to Bree, but yeah, any STEP 23 students wanting to step up and put yourself out there to read the mission statement?
Yeah, I can do it.
Okay, who's that? Let me see. Where you at?
I'm somewhere in there.
Oh, Tatiana. I see Tatiana Sanchez.
Yeah, nice to meet you.
Good to meet you. Where are you from?
I'm from a small town in the Mojave Desert. I live in Victorville.
Oh, okay.
So, do you know where it's at?
Exactly where it's at. Yep.
Usually I have to explain to people that it's on the way to Vegas because nobody knows where it's at.
That's it. Well, thank you for stepping up. And yeah, go ahead and read the mission statement for everyone, please.
The STEP mission statement. It is the mission of the Summer Transitional Enrichment Program STEP to aid in the retention of incoming EOP students so that they may persist and continue on toward a four-year degree at UCSB. STEP programming will assist participants in their transition to UCSB by cultivating a sense of belonging and community while instilling university standards and expectations in relation to scholarship, leadership, and citizenship.
Nice. Thank you so much. Yeah, that's exactly why we're here. Everything we do is centered around creating these networks so that y'all feel just more comfortable and prepared on campus, right? We'll get into that. I see the chat blowing up with sending props, and yeah, no, that's awesome. Also, I totally forgot to mention for all the steppers in there, STEP 23 students, go ahead and just put your name in there, put your hometown, and represent where you're from. It'll be cool. Y'all can go in there and see people from neighboring cities and just all over California. I think we have someone from Hawaii this year, so an out-of-state student. So yeah, go ahead and blow up the chat really quick. I want to see it as we transition to the next slide. Okay, I see Fontana, Bakersfield, Baco, the Valley, OC, Porterville, okay, San Diego, Palmdale, Long Beach, Slow. Oh, it's going too fast to keep up. Covina, Northridge, Orland, Compton, Garden Grove, Santa Barbara, shout out. Also, Inglewood, Loomis Lake, Santa Maria, 805, Stanton, Chino, Baco. Very cool. Thank you for putting that in. Awesome. Keep it going if you haven't already. Don't be shy. Very cool. All right, we'll transition to the next slide right there, a brief history. So this slide is in no ways complete. So just bear with me. It's going to be a very, very brief history of EOP and how we got started, but I include this slide so that y'all know exactly how long ago STEP was created and how long it's been an important part of UCSB. And so I just wanted to share that EOP has a very rich history at UCSB. So if you think back to the 1960s, what kind of things were going on, right? There was a lot of political volatility. There's the Civil Rights Act of 1964, which a lot of change in higher education came as a result. And there was also a lot of student activism. So students who looked just like you, who were just your age, were out there, protesting and making change for themselves and future generations. So we're a part of that pipeline. So I just want to kind of set the stage and let you know that that's really how things came about. And so STEP's format has changed over the years, but the mission has always stayed the same, and that's to support students in their transition to UCSB while creating networks for students on campus between each other, the staff, and then also departmental staff. For example, we have Miguel here from the College of LNS. We have all week, you're going to be meeting people from different departments who, the department is one thing, knowing where the department is, knowing where to go on campus, that's one thing, but knowing who to go to that has your back on campus, and for the most part, I can say in my experience, the staff at UCSB is great. Everyone, you're not going to be losing out going to one person over the other, but really knowing who to go to within those departments, it makes you that much more prepared and supported, right? So again, STEP has a great history on campus. I believe the first year of STEP was back in 1977, and many of our former steppers work on campus in various roles. So I was a stepper. We have advisors, we have assistant deans who were past steppers. We have EOP counselors. Several of us in our department attended STEP. We have EAP advisors, financial aid advisors, housing resident assistants, and resident directors. So like people all over campus attended STEP. So your network has already been jump-started just by signing up to the STEP program. We also have people off campus, obviously, working in STEP, as there's been thousands and thousands of people who have attended STEP over the decades. And so we have a member of Congress who was a former UCSB stepper. We have inventors, actors, judges, entrepreneurs, pretty much like almost every industry you can think of to network with, doctors, all that. So again, you've jump-started your network just by signing up. Speaking of former steppers, our director, Dr. Aaron Jones has just come on. So I'd like to, give him the opportunity to introduce himself and connect with y'all.
Oh, right on. Thank you, Luther. And welcome everyone. My apologies for the delay. I forgot my son's open house at his 6th grade elementary was this evening. So I got a little double booked, so my apologies, but thank you for the time. And it was really very touching to come in right as Luther was talking about the brief history of STEP and all the different people who've gone on to do tremendous things on our campus and in our community and throughout the world. I'm also, as Luther mentioned, I'm a STEP alum as well. I am currently the director. I use he, him as pronouns. I received my bachelor's in Black Studies and Political Science at UCSB, and also a master's in education and finishing a PhD in education as well. And I was also an EOP student and EOP peer mentor. So like you may hear frequently, if you haven't heard already, there's so many of our resident assistants, our team leads who were involved with STEP, and so many of our counselors who were not only involved in STEP were also graduates of UCSB, either undergrad degree or a bachelor's degree or a master's degree. So it is a tremendously wonderful experience. Some of the people that I met in STEP, I'm still friends with to this day. There's about 12 of us who are still here in Santa Barbara. We either never left or left and came back. And I know that that's probably you're gonna hear that throughout the entirety of your time, because it's absolutely fundamentally true. And you have this wonderful opportunity to get a sneak peek and get familiar and get acculturated with the campus before the 25,000 other undergraduates and 3,000 graduate students join at the beginning of fall. We are here in service to you all. We're looking forward to welcoming you on Saturday. I will be there. Many of the faces you see on screen will be there. And we have a wonderful week in store for you. Props to Luther and Jennifer and Christine and all of our student team leads and resident assistants for putting this together again. This is one of the most fundamental things that we do in EOP, and we're very intentional about it because we want to start off your tenure at UCSB on the right foot, knowing that you know the resources, you know where to go, that you have support, that you have family. We consider ourselves in EOP as a family, as a home away from home, and we're looking forward to welcoming you as an incoming Gaucho. So thank you very much for the time, and we'll see you in a couple of days.
Yes, thank you, Aaron. That was perfect timing, perfect timing. I also saw Christopher Dean pop in, and I'd like to extend the opportunity to introduce yourself, Chris, to the steppers. We have a little over 100 students on right now. So yeah.
Well, thank you, Dr. Jones. My name is Christopher Dean, and you may have got emails from me and had to watch videos that I made. I'm sorry for the quality of the videos, but I hope that they conveyed something. I'm one of the writing teachers in STEP here at UCSB, and I've been doing STEP for it goes back about 15 years, I guess. And like everybody else, I'm very excited to see you all here and very excited to see you come Monday. So I just wanted to fill in a few things and then answer any questions. So first of all, there is something to do prior to arriving here on campus. So there is an assignment. It's really just an introduction so that you and fellow steppers can get to know each other and so that we can get to know you. And the instructions have been sent out. Also, the Canvas sites are up and running, which will have everything you need for a week's worth of writing. It's pretty, I will say that we have a tremendous time in the week that we're together, and it starts off with getting to know each other, and it ends with sending you off on a scavenger hunt to find places that even people who've been here for 4 years never were able to find. So we're looking forward to doing that. I also wanted, we run in the writing program that I'm a member of, the collaborative writing placement exam. You might have received emails from us, and particularly from, I believe, Luther, as well as Kenny Smith and my colleague Sarah. So we place based not on a test, but on a survey that you'll fill out, and also based upon test scores if you have them. But we would love for you to do that. And if you have an email, please go ahead and do the online placement. Other than that, I'm just happy to be here. And as they say in the cliches of sports, God willing, I'll help the ball club. Other than that, I'm just here to answer questions. If you've got any, put them in the chat, or you can even, if we have time, Luther, I'm happy to answer anything right now.
Yes, thank you, Chris. Yeah, no, Chris is an incredible instructor, and I think a couple of questions are coming up right now. When should we put forward questions regarding STEP Canvas? Let's save that. Let's actually save that one for the end. We'll go over Canvas. I'll do a little quick overview. For those of you who just popped in, we did our staff intros. We went over the STEP mission statement, and now we're getting into a little bit more of the history and then actually what we're going to be doing this week. So let's go on to the next slide. Yeah, the STEP 2023 calendar. I sent that out on Sunday afternoon. So all the steppers should have that. Please download it, refer to it. We'll be using, it's pretty heavy and jam-packed, so we'll be referring to that a lot during this week. The first thing I want to go over is the cohort model, the cohort nature of this program, right? So as you may have seen in our STEP FAQs, frequently asked questions, we do things all together. Like, so all of our activities and events are mandatory to attend. And this is for a couple of reasons. So the first and foremost, or the first reason and the most important reason is that it's for safety, right? EOP is basically responsible for all STEP participants for and their well-being and their participation in the program. So all activities, like I mentioned, all sessions are mandatory, and absences must be excused by the residential coordinators or myself. And you know, students who go against this, who break this, or who aren't where they should be, or you know, are found to have snuck out or anything, we have zero tolerance for it. So I just want to be very clear on it. This is not, you know, we're not here to be authoritative figures. We're literally counselors and peer mentors, right? And so but even with that, we're here to protect the program. So if something negative happens, or if someone gets lost or something, this could jeopardize the future of this great program, which would literally affect thousands and thousands of future students. So we don't want that to happen. I guarantee you don't want it to happen. Just for this 1 week, we ask for students to just adhere to all of the guidelines and respect the EOP family, because that's what we are. Even though there's over 8,000 EOP students at UCSB, it's a, you know, STEP for one is a very like close family. So you don't want to have that label on you, right? As the person that got dismissed from STEP early, like it will follow you your 4 years. So yeah, you definitely don't want that. You're gonna have a bunch of free time coming up in a matter of weeks when you return. So again, we just ask you to adhere to that guideline. Every year it kind of takes students by surprise. So we want to be very clear in that we'll be doing pretty much everything together or in small groups. And there's really no time to kind of like venture out and explore on your own. So yeah, if you have any questions about that, let us know a little later. Academics, we'll be going over that in the next slide. The campus community. So during STEP, you're gonna have a bunch of opportunities to, like I said, meet with the Basic Needs Task Force, College of LNS advisors, financial aid advisors, career services and whatnot. So sorry, just please mute if you can. And yeah, there's going to be a lot of opportunities to do that, usually in the afternoons. So in the morning, we're all about academics. We have our writing courses, followed by our transitions lectures, and then transition sections. And then in the afternoons, from usually 3 to 5 p.m., we'll have department presentations and visits. After dinner in the evening, that's all about the residential component. So we'll do RA activities. There's a basketball court. There's a place to play soccer. There's a game room with ping pong. There's like literally a small movie theater inside the residence hall where y'all can do like karaoke night, watch movies, watch shows, things like that, right? So that's a really quick snapshot. Please refer to your calendars that you already have. And then also refer to Canvas to find out when and where your writing class is, right? Next slide, please. So STEP academics, we will have 50-minute in-person courses. So I saw the chat a second ago. Someone asked if they're going to be in person or over Zoom. The classes will be in person. Just a heads up, there is one class, you're going to get information on this later. There's one class that we'll be doing one day virtually, I believe, potentially. So more information on that. But for the majority of students, they're going to be 50-minute in-person courses. The classes are not graded. They are graded, and their feedback will be provided, but they will not go on your UCSB GPA. They don't affect your GPA for UCSB, right? This is just for STEP. And we ask that, you really get out what you put in STEP in general, and especially with the writing class. Although they are not graded, we ask that you take advantage of this opportunity to see where you are in terms of the expectations of university level writing instructors, right? So yeah, the writing courses are intended to provide you with a head start to learn what writing instructors will expect from you during the academic year, right? Anything to add, Chris, about writing or anything?
Yeah, I mean, one of the questions that came up is obviously grading. So there isn't grading, but there is feedback. One of the things that I'm sure will come up is that STEP is, in my mind, intimately connected to the ACE program, the writing program, which is EOP based. Really a fantastic experience, and I see some former students here who even will tell you they didn't have a completely woeful time in my class or in ACE. So what the writing class is going to do is to set you up to do that. And there's going to be a lot of writing, but it's going to be more informal, but we will be talking about academic writing. And it's also a place to really address some of your questions about writing and about the academic side of coming here to UCSB.
Awesome. Thank you. Moving on to the transition seminar. So every day, Monday through Friday at 11:10 to 12:20, you'll have your transitions lecture, which covers different topics. We have emerging into adulthood, we have holistic wellness, academic skills, and then undergraduate research. So all of those are awesome. Transitions is every year one of the highlights in terms of student feedback. They say that's one of their favorite components. And this is really designed to model how your classes are going to look during the academic year. So most of your classes your first year will have a lecture 2 or 3 times a week, and then you'll get into what we call discussion sections or section, which is meeting with a smaller group once a week. And during STEP, it'll be every day for both of those. And it's really designed to get you out of your comfort zone and have meaningful conversations about transitioning into UCSB and all of the issues, many of the issues that first-gen students face, so that you can minimize and you can avoid many of those impacts that those issues have on first-gen students, right? So I'll leave it at that. It's just a quick little teaser on the transition seminar. Quick question: how many roommates will we have? You'll have 1 roommate. During the year, you could have 2, so live it up and enjoy having 1. We will not have any triples during STEP. Canvas. So the purpose of using Canvas is to show students in STEP how to log in, how to use it, how to navigate Canvas, because you'll be using that for most, if not all, of your classes once the year starts. And so, yeah, it's just a very important platform that we want to get you a head start on. You will find out who your roommate is when you move in. So it's kind of like suspenseful. We actually know who they are right now, but yeah, you'll find out on move-in day. All right. I'm gonna go over to the next slide and pass it over to Jennifer to talk about the STEP residential component.
Yeah, so I'll be discussing a few of our residential policies. Again, as a reminder and to reiterate, these are in place for your safety, both for the participants and for the STEP team. Again, I'll first want to start with reiterating, you hear this a lot, that STEP practices a cohort model. So meaning we are a closed program. Participants are not allowed to leave the residence hall. So we maintain a closed program to assure your safety. I'm sure you've received or you have already received this information in your email, but I will review it again at a glance, so I can assure you that this won't be the last time you hear them. So you are required to attend all the classes that both lectures and evening activities scheduled throughout the program. If you're unable to attend any of the classes, you must notify your RA via email prior to the class or scheduled event with as much advance notice as possible. Again, we are a closed cohort program, so we want to make sure we know where everyone is. And you're also responsible for contacting your instructors, I'm sorry, if you have to make up any assignments. And also due to the rigorous program that STEP typically schedules for you, you are expected to participate in the program for the entire duration. Early departures must go through an approval process. So to begin the process, you may please contact your RA to start that off. And students are expected to follow directions of STEP staff at all times. So providing false information or failing to provide information to the staff or interfering with the staff while they are performing their duties or being uncooperative or verbally abusive to staff is prohibited. Students will be subject to dismissal from STEP. And again, you don't want to be that student who got dismissed early, as Luther mentioned. Alcohol and or drug use during the program, including day or evening activities, is prohibited. No one in this space, steppers, should be of age to be doing those. But again, we have to relay this message to you all, reminding you that it is prohibited. And then any harassing behavior of any kind is also prohibited. So again, the UCSB, the University of California, is committed to creating and maintaining a community where all individuals who participate in the university programs and activities can work and learn together in an atmosphere free of harassment, exploitation, or intimidation. Every member of the community should be aware that the university prohibits sexual harassment and sexual violence, and that such behavior violates both law and university policy. The university will respond promptly and effectively to report of sexual harassment and sexual violence, and will take appropriate action to prevent, to correct, and when necessary, to discipline behavior that violates this policy on sexual harassment and sexual behavior. So again, just wanted to, reiterate, you'll be hearing these topic items a lot throughout the program because you want to reassure and assure your safety, our STEP participants' safety, our RA's, everyone's safety here. And just due to time, I'll go ahead and just kind of wanted to ask in the room if there are any special accommodations, things like pickup changes. So if you have to change your pickup or if you need to be dropped off somewhere, any dietary needs or allergies, please contact the EOP STEP email. So you all should have that already. Anything like?
Oh, sorry.
Okay, so anything you'd like to add, Christine?
Yeah, I was gonna say, I just wanted to outline kind of, especially for our participants and of course parents, that of course, like, sending your student off or you as students yourselves might be a little bit nervous about, staying overnight for the first time. So I just wanted to outline kind of what it looks like overnight and what that support looks like. So you've met all of our great team leads and our resident assistants who will be that first line of contact of if you have any issues or have any questions or concerns during that time. But during STEP, we also have full-time staff, aka me, who will be there overnight and on call, who's also there to support to manage any kind of support in terms of emergencies or anything like that. So I just want to make sure and reiterate that we know that your students and our participants will be safe, and there is a line of protocol, as well as we have support with like Luther, as well as our director Erin and beyond as well. So really just wanting to reiterate that the overnight protocol and on-call system that we have is quite large and great. So just excited for that. I wanted to make sure that parents and students know that you will have support overnight. So if something happens at 2 a.m., you have somebody to talk to no matter what. So just wanted to address that. But I will pass it back to you, Jennifer.
Thank you. So again, so it's very important that as a participant, you follow the guidelines and policies in place. We want to make sure you all have a fun and safe time during the program. So now to talk about some of the fun stuff, I'll have our team leads here to talk and provide us with an overview of the events planned that we have during the week of STEP.
Yeah, I can go ahead and start. I think one of the most essential facets of STEP is its ability to help you socially integrate into the campus. Um, I think STEP is an incredible community building opportunity. That's how I was able to cultivate my own community. So like RA activities generally happen at night. And it's like a really lively and special social opportunity for like, steppers to really bond and connect with their RAs and also their fellow steppers. Um, it could be something more active like yoga, or like my step experience, we had Zumba. I was not adept enough to do that. There's also like sports opportunities. Also things that are a bit more lax, like we had succulents and like painting. We had movie nights. We also had like things that were probably a little bit more unserious, like karaoke or pieing your RA. I'm not sure if we're doing that this year. That's pending, but it might happen. But we also had some like greater institutions of the program. We had like Beach Day, which I think someone is about to talk about. I think that's Maria.
Yeah, for beach day, it was actually something really fun because it is on the Sunday of STEP, right? Yeah, the first Sunday. And it was really, even though we were all like barely familiarizing ourselves with STEP and with one another, I think it was a great way to bond. At least last year that I participated, it was really fun. And what that is, we just walked down to the nearest beach, and yeah, we like just like chilled there. There are certain rules, and maybe Luther might go into it afterwards, just like no swimming below like or above, I believe, shoulders. Yes. And then we also took like a volleyball, and we were just all playing around. It was so funny because it started with like two of us, three of us, and then it was like basically all of the steppers just like playing with the volleyball, and that was really fun. It was a great way to bond. That being said, just prepare for it. I mean, like, just bring sunblock and the essentials, because I at least got sunburnt, so I regret not wearing like the appropriate attire or like putting on sunblock. But yeah, I definitely think it was a great activity to do together. And yeah, I think that's a pretty broad overview, but it should be a really fun way to get to know one another and just chill. And then I will pass it on to the showcase, whoever is doing that.
Yeah, so the showcase slash talent show, it really just gives like the students an opportunity to like highlight your talents, and that could range from like singing, dancing, some people last year did spoken word, playing an instrument, etc. So it really isn't a way to like form any sort of like competitive environment, but it's really just a way to like support each other. And honestly, it really shows how close that cohort got by the end of the program. So don't really think of it as like an intimidating thing. If you're someone who really just enjoys like watching it, you can do that. Participating is not mandatory, but believe it or not, like mid talent show, a lot of people just really start getting motivated and super confident to just go up, and it can be something silly. People have done like lip syncing battles. So if you don't have anything planned now, you don't have to stress about it. During the program, a lot of people really make those strong bonds and actually do things in like a group on stage, which is always really nice to see. But again, if you are someone who like has an instrument, feel free to bring that as well. But yeah, that's a little bit of an overview of the showcase. And with that, I will pass it to Camille, who will talk a little bit about the dance.
So our step dance is on the last day of the program. It's obviously one of the more bittersweet events throughout the week. It's a culminating event, so it's the time for good music, good vibes, and like goodbyes. Basically, everyone's just wrapping up the week, and it's just a nice way to just like celebrate your guys's emergence into Santa Barbara. It's a super fun dance, and yeah, I think it's honestly one of the most memorable nights and something that's always remembered fondly by the steppers. So I'm really excited for you guys to experience that. So that's one of our last events of the week that we're talking about today.
Yes, I believe the last one, I think oh yeah, Ravinder saying her step dance was on Zoom. She did step in 2020. That was sad. We will not be having that. We'll be living it up in the hub that night. I got a lot of questions about move out. I'm trying to keep up with a lot of the questions in the chat. So if you haven't gotten your question answered, please feel free to unmute. But a lot of questions about when to leave on move out day. And so on move out day, September 2nd, students have to be out of the dorms by 10 a.m. And so even if that means like, even if your train comes at 3 p.m., we will, or even later, we'll have to get you a ride to the train station, and you'll unfortunately have to wait there for a little bit. But the fun thing is that usually a lot of steppers are on the same train ride home. So you can hang out with each other at the train station and then on the train and say goodbye, say your goodbyes as everyone gets to their stops. Let me see a couple others. Pick up from the airport. So you should be receiving, that reminds me of another thing. So pick up from the airport, you should be receiving an email tomorrow or Friday from the person who's scheduled to pick you up from the airport or train station. They should, the person who emails you should provide their cell phone so that you can call them for any delays. But basically our staff that morning, Saturday, or if you're getting there, we even have a couple of steppers arriving on Sunday. We're gonna be sending a UC van down there with a few staff members to go pick up students from their arrival locations. All right, so that's how it'll go. Stay tuned for more information and for that contact number. That reminded me about the email that Instructor Dean mentioned about the CWP, the collaborative writing placement. I believe it should go out for those of you who haven't taken the CWP yet, the writing placement. If you haven't taken it yet, you should get an email tomorrow at 8 a.m., I believe. So it should go out. I heard it is going out at 8. I'm not sure if that's AM or PM, but you will be notified tomorrow about when that should go out. Is that correct, Chris, or was that, am I talking about today? Today?
I think it is 8 a.m. tomorrow, but I might be wrong. Kenny and I were going back and forth earlier. But there definitely will be by tomorrow an email sitting in your email from the UCSB writing program, and we're not like asking you to buy long-term life insurance or anything, so don't delete it. Just
Yes,
please respond to it.
for sure. Please do not delete that one. Don't look over it, or don't overlook it. Do look over it. We'll keep going real quick just to finish up. I think I can answer some of the questions just by going through the next few slides. So we'll go to the next one, which is about COVID-19 safety. So campus requires that all student, staff, and faculty be compliant with the COVID vaccination and booster policy. Students who are not in compliance before fall move-in will have their classes dropped. And so please do see the UCSB Student Health website for more information there. STEP staff will be reaching out. Actually, never mind, that is no longer applicable. So we would like to ask you that to please, if you can, please test before so you don't run into any issues. Because what would happen is if someone has a positive test during STEP, we'll ask them to immediately isolate. So their roommate will be taken to a different room. The student who is experiencing symptoms will stay in their room and take a rapid test to see if they have, an active result. If the student does test positive, they'll need to contact their parent or guardian and have to be picked up within 24 hours to reduce exposure to the rest of the program. It's not fun. Y'all do not want to get sick during STEP. So please, if you can, like on Friday, please do take like an at-home antigen test. And as long as you're negative, then you should be good to move in. If you do test positive, we'll ask you to stay home, unfortunately, to keep everyone else safe. All right. And I should also share privacy. So if you were to test positive, you would share that with your RA. And it's not something that will be announced to the rest of the program. We will keep it confidential, just on a need-to-know basis with your RA and maybe a team leader. so that we can arrange for your pickup from home. So again, please test on Friday before move-in so that we don't have any of those issues. All right, any questions with that? Again, parents and guardians will be responsible for picking up students who test positive within 24 hours of getting that result back. So yeah, we want to make mention of this because it is kind of spiking. There have been a lot of students and even our staff member who have tested positive. So unfortunately, it's not, it's not gone. We're still going through it. And so yeah, that's the plan. For meals, students are if you do test positive, students have to stay in their rooms. And so for meals, we'll have an RA go to the dining hall, pick up a to-go lunch, and then bring it back and leave it outside the door for students who are sick. All right. Cool. Thanks, Chris, for adding that info. 8 a.m. tomorrow morning. Look out for it. If you haven't done the collaborative writing placement yet, you get your writing placement. All right. Next slide about move-in. Oh, if you've already fulfilled the writing placement, you do not have to take it. So if you don't get an email tomorrow at 8 a.m., that means you are in the clear. You've already placed for either writing 1 or writing 2. All right, or tested out of both, right, in some cases. You cannot request a roommate. Roommate's already set for STEP. So yeah. As far as move-in tomorrow, students our staff will arrive at the arrival locations of students. So the Goleta Amtrak, Santa Barbara Airport in big white UCSB vans, 12-passenger vans. Staff will call the students for pickup. So please confirm that your program assistant or the person that emails you tomorrow or Friday with their contact information, please confirm that they have your number also so they can call you if they're looking for you. When you arrive on campus, you'll get your room keys, you'll get a STEP swag bag. This is part of the swag this year. Everyone's getting these hats. You'll get a t-shirt and a few other items. And once you get in your room keys, you'll want to change into your STEP shirt and come out and get ready for icebreakers. If you arrive there early at Santa Cruz, you can stay in the residence hall lounge or in the immediate area or mingle with staff. But just know if you do arrive early, we'll probably ask you to just hang tight until registration starts at 11. All right. Students who are being dropped off. So we recognize, and most of us have been through this going away to college. We recognize that this can be an emotional time for families. And so we totally recognize that. We wish that we could invite every parent to, a meal or like an event that day, but still, since, COVID is still around, we're doing this virtual welcome, mainly to help mitigate risk of transmission during the week, so that we don't have people coming from all over California into one area. So yeah, that's why we're having this virtual welcome. And so, when you're dropping students off, take your time in the parking lot, say your goodbyes, give your advice. But then once they're in the res hall, we'll ask that students go in and find their rooms and change. And students, and just as a heads up, parents can park in parking lot 6 where we're doing drop-offs. It's $4 for the whole day. And students and parents will be responsible for paying for parking. But we do encourage just the drop-offs because they're, as soon as they get their room key, the students will be busy. They'll be swept away and we'll be starting activities right then. The EOP drip. I don't have the shirt, but I do have the drippy hat right here. That students will be in seafoam green with navy accents, and the STEP staff will be in navy blue with white accents. Let me see. I'm gonna check the chat really quick, but that's as far as any other questions about move-in right now. The next few slides are just mainly about questions and answers. So let's shift to that. I think it might be easier. Yeah, from here on, if your question hasn't been answered, it might be easier just to unmute, and then we can address those.
Luther, there was a question about the COVID-19 protocols, and it was, does that mean that we have to be vaccinated? And there was also like, should they bring their vaccination cards?
Good question. Bringing your vaccination cards wouldn't be a bad idea. You won't need them for STEP, but just having record of them wouldn't be a bad idea. Even though it says you must comply with the university's protocol, it doesn't necessarily mean that you have to be vaccinated. So you can either be vaccinated or you can request I think it's called an exception. And so on the student health website for UCSB, there's information about the policy. And so please read that thoroughly and make sure that you fall into one of two of those categories. Okay, so either getting an exception or providing proof of vaccination. Is it mandatory to take a COVID test on Friday? That is a really good question. So to align with UCSB policy, we can't mandate it, but just for the safety of steppers, we highly, highly encourage it. And all the STEP staff would really appreciate it because, we have families and different situations. There could be people who are at higher risk with us. So we ask that you do your best to try and test on Friday before, but we can't mandate it. You will not have to show your result when you move in. Okay, but that's just for more of kind of like an honor system, just to try to keep each other safe.
I just wanted to generally add, and I don't know if you've already covered this, but if you like need late pickup accommodations, like if you're unable to arrive between 11 and 12:15, make sure to relay that information to the EOP address as soon as possible. So in case you are taking the Amtrak and you have to arrive late, or same with like a flight, just be sure to relay that as soon as possible if you haven't already.
Yes, thank you. I saw another question about getting to campus. So if you're not driving yourself and you're taking the bus or train, you do need to let us know your arrival time and location, and then we'll pick you up in those UCSB vans. Parking, if you're taking your own car, parking is $8 a day. It's $4 for the weekend, but it's $8 a day if you're doing like an extended stay. So it should be about $56 for the whole week. And you'll need to purchase a permit once you arrive. So one of our RAs can help you with getting a permit on move-in day. Right. And again, feel free to unmute. We're at the Q&A portion of the event. We have 20 more minutes until 8, so we hope to be able to answer all of your questions.
Hey, so I had a question real quick. So for the SAT, the writing placement thing, I have a SAT score that kind of fulfills that, but if I just submitted it today, I don't know how long it's gonna take to process. So where would that put me with the writing placement? Do I still need to take the test tomorrow?
That's a good question. I'll defer over to Chris. I have an idea, but Chris might have better info.
All right.
I'm not entirely sure. I know it takes sometimes a little bit of time for that to get through. Yeah, I don't know. Luther, what's your sense?
Yeah, I think that if you're sure, like if you refer to the writing Miguel, do you have maybe some input there?
Yeah, I believe that if you have the SAT and you can send it to the advisor in the writing program, and she could clear it. I forget what's her name. Is it Audrey?
Sarah, I'll put it in. Audrey Youngblood. Should I put that in, Miguel?
Yes, I don't know her email. If you could put her email in there.
Right. So I'll direct message you right now with that email.
All right, so when I email her, do I just like send her the screenshot or like just let her know like
I would say if you have a screenshot of it, that's great.
Okay.
At the very least, tell her that you just submitted it, and then that way it's in with our program advisor, which probably, and there'll be communication within the writing program.
Okay, cool. Thank you.
Although if you submitted it to admissions, it's going to take a while a long while to make it to the writing program. So I would say do include in your email, include a screenshot. Yeah.
Okay, and when I'm submitting it on College Board, should I rush deliver it, or I don't know if that's gonna make a difference, or should I just normal? Okay.
Yeah, it won't make a difference.
Okay.
And right now admissions is really behind in processing paperwork.
Mhm.
So for something like this, if you just go straight to the department, that kind of circumvents that process. And it's going to take a while for it to show up in your GEs and all that, but don't worry about it.
Thank you so much.
Thanks. You're welcome. I think there's a lot of questions in there in the chat, but please do feel free to unmute and just ask. It's probably going to be more accurate if we all get a chance to hear it.
Yeah, so I have a question in the chat, but it probably, there's a lot. So I have asthma that requires an inhaler. Do I report that to you guys, or do I just bring up like my medication along with me?
Oh yeah, for your own personal medication, you don't need to report that. Feel free to go ahead and just bring it. If you need refrigeration, let us know. And we have a staff refrigerator, and for medical purposes, the dorms can actually put a mini fridge in your room. So that is an option for medical purposes only though. Don't try to get food and stuff. The dining halls, they don't allow you to take food from the dining hall, like other than like fruit or desserts, things like that.
Amy asked in the chat, I saw that there was a section blocked off on Friday for fall registration or course changes. Who would be able to participate in that?
That's a great below the surface question. So only students, we're gonna actually have something called the course change request form. And so we're gonna send out on Saturday a Google form, and that'll be for students who want to make changes to their schedule. And so you would fill out that Google form and say, like, I'd like to drop this class and add that class, or I'd like to drop this class and I'm not sure what class I would like to add, but maybe something that'll go towards my major, or maybe like a GE, a general ed class. And so when you submit your request, someone from orientation, the orientation sessions program will review those the week after STEP, and they'll be able, if your request is approved, they'll be able to make those changes for you on the back end without your pastime being opened or adjusted at all. So yeah, more info will be shared about that on Saturday during our first hall meeting, but that's how you would request changes. During that Friday registration event, that is for students who would like to discuss their changes. Miguel should be there, I'll be there, and you can review those plans with us just to get like a better sense of if it's the right thing that you should be doing.
Luther, there have also been questions about informing us about their arrival times. Should they email you directly, or should they wait for the email that was said to be sent to them in regards to arrivals?
That is a really good question. Let's have them hold off on sending it to me directly. Let's have them send it directly to Marina. Let me get Marina's email. Marina's our one of our co-residential coordinators. Do you mind, Keon, do you mind dropping Marina's email in the chat? Or actually someone who's not sharing screen?
I think it's M. Chavez, but if someone could double check that, that'd be great. I also want to say that if you indicated your transport needs on the additional details form, that is already accounted for, unless A, you need to make changes, or B, you have not done that. So if you have not done that, then please email Marina. If not, you should already be accounted for.
Yes, thank you for that info. I hope that answers all questions. Again, pickups. Wow, it got really dark in here. Let me turn on a light or something. Pickups will be made not all at once, but you'll be contacted with when someone will be able to go pick you up. Yes, Miguel.
Yeah, I was wondering if this would be a good time to open up a Spanish breakout room for any parents.
Yes, thank you so much for remembering. Let me do that.
I just had a quick question before we go into breakout rooms.
Mm-hmm.
Will we have like kind of one-on-one time with the counselor? Because I'm having trouble just checking or like seeing where my scholarship money is going, or like if it's even coming in.
Yes, you'll definitely have ample time to meet with our EOP counselors, and also we have financial aid drop-ins on one of the evenings. There's
Thank
also
you.
there's also a video that I sent out recently that goes over how to view and understand your award letter. It's created by financial aid. So refer to that if you haven't already. All right, and I just opened one room. And then I think you should be able to self-select. So if you'd like to go to the room to ask questions in Spanish with Miguel, feel free to choose that breakout room and he'll be able to meet with you there.
Para los padres que tengan alguna pregunta, que quieran hacer la pregunta en español, si van conmigo al breakout room, abajo en las opciones, bajo more con los puntos, ahí la apachuran en el breakout room y pueden entrar ahí. Thank you,
Okay.
Luther. Bye, everybody.
All right. Thanks, Miguel.
Así mis
Muchas
caras.
gracias. Okay.
Hey Luther, and I had a question too, just regarding about the Cal Fresh. We will have time to complete that, right?
For CalFresh, that's a really good question. You can definitely work on it. For some people, it takes longer than others to actually be like completely in the system. So yeah, you'll definitely have time, but it just depends on what documents that you need to provide in terms of like if you can actually finish.
Okay, thank you so much.
And yeah, definitely look at this website for support with CalFresh. It's food.ucsb.edu.
Alrighty, thank you.
Other questions that haven't been met yet, like I see some packing questions. Anything about writing before Chris hops off?
Hey Luther, quick question about parking. So more or less, would you know how much a 1 week parking pass would be?
For the week, it should be $56. So it's like basically 7 days times the $8 per day. Yeah,
Okay,
wait.
cool. Thank you.
$8 per day times the 7 days. Yeah. I don't know if I said that backwards.
And also, I'm pretty sure you mentioned it earlier, but I remember reading somewhere that you can't use your car or something like that. You can't leave campus during the during the remainder of the program, I guess.
Yeah, so if you drive yourself, there's really no time in the schedule to like leave. And so yeah, like you wouldn't be able to like drive during the program. It would just mainly be like driving there to get you there and then to get you back home.
Okay, cool. Thank you.
Yes, you're welcome. Something about what to pack. I see you, Tatiana. Thanks for helping them out. Nothing is the correct answer in terms of what we're providing. So the bed sheets should be like extra long, right? I think they're called like long twin longs. And so that's the only ones that'll fit. If you want to get like a fitted sheet, that's the only thing that will fit the mattresses in the dorms. So yeah, bring your blankets, your pillows, your teddy bear, like, all that comfort.
One thing we want to add, and this should be a fail safe rather than like something that you should be expecting, but on the first day, we will be making an emergency target run, just the RAs, for any like necessities that you forgot to pack. So for example, like if you forgot to bring shampoo or like body wash or like menstrual products, we can take inventory of that and then do like one big purchase. But this should be a fail safe. Again, it shouldn't be something that you kind of like rely on.
Yes. Yeah, and that's really like Keon said, emergencies only. So it's not a guarantee that we'll be able to get all the products if we do have a lot that evening. So yeah, don't forget any toiletries. Definitely bring shower shoes. You'll be way more comfortable in shower shoes than showering in there barefoot. I think all the current students will give you a thumbs up on that. I see one, do EOP students have priority registration? No, but STEP participants do have that extra layer to make changes, which is a little bit kind of like priority. how do we know whether we're in writing 1 or 2? I have placements, so during STEP, you'll be able to find out probably during one of, and actually we'll share that with the RAs, so that they can actually tell you your writing placement. So don't worry about that. You can find out probably as late as Monday at the latest, Monday evening during our hall meeting on Monday.
Someone messaged privately and asked where the recording would be published.
Oh, I'll send it out via email on Shoreline. So yeah, you should get the email.
Someone asked if the showers are communal, and yeah, yes, it is.
Yes.
So for Santa Cruz, the showers are communal. Obviously, there's like curtains, but just be wary of that. And bring shower shoes. Everyone is saying that. Please bring shower shoes. That is a hygiene thing.
It's gonna be hot in Santa Barbara too during STEP. This might be like the hottest STEP that I've had in the past 10 years, temperature wise. And yeah, even if you're from like the inland valley and you're used to like hot weather, there's something about being hot next to the beach that just makes it seem even more hot. So we're expecting low 90s next week. So you might not want to bring that extra heavy duty like comforter. There's no AC in the res halls also. So yeah, just be prepared for that. Like you might not want to bring like the heaviest blankets. All right. Anything that hasn't been that we might have skipped over in the chat? Yes, so Luis, you can leave before 10 a.m. on Saturday morning on move out. If your parent is there at 7 a.m., that's more than fine. If they want to beat that traffic, that's more than fine. Just let everyone know like how you're leaving and what time.
Yeah, someone is asking how many towels you should bring. One thing to note, oh God. Jesus. We actually have washing machines in the res halls, so you don't need to bring several of the same towel.
Yes, really you only need money for souvenirs, extra food that you want to have outside of the dining halls, and to do laundry. All right. It's gonna be really hot. I don't see any cold nights coming up. See that in the chat.
I was going to say, that being said, if you do plan on doing laundry here, maybe just bring laundry detergent. And also they do accept, it's with your debit card or credit card. So that comes in clutch. But if you have any questions, you can always come and ask us.
Got it. I see, who should we contact if we can't access the Canvas STEP writing syllabus? Please email your instructor directly, but it should be in there. It should be accessible. I think everyone's gotten it from each class. If you have a fan, yes, by all means, bring it. There's outlets, you can put it in there. One fan should be fine. Don't be shy, y'all. I want y'all to unmute. I'm trying to go through these chats though.
Someone messaged me privately asking where we would park if you were driving to STEP for the week. You would park your car in lot 22, I believe, right?
Yeah, there are 2 options, lot 22. Actually, that might be the only option. Sorry, lot 22, it's on the other side of campus. So when you do drive in, stay in one of like the little drop-off zones and then move your car immediately. Don't forget, don't leave it there. Like don't go do icebreakers and go to lunch and leave it there. Definitely move in and then get it and go over to lot 22, and then you'll have an RA to come bring you back, to shuttle you back. All right. Food in the res hall, like do not bring anything that will attract ants. The res halls are notorious for ants, so like especially it's going to be hot. I can hear the ants marching right now, like so they're yeah, don't leave anything unwrapped there. Like if you're going to have it be packaged, eat it not in the room. Just go outside to eat it, and then, so you won't have any problems with any ants. For towels, I would say like minimum 3. What would y'all say? I would say like minimum 3, and then you can rotate and wash them. Right. Bring a beach towel too, because you can't take yeah, like you wanna take your own like beach towel to the beach day.
How much is laundry? Like, how much does it cost?
Good question. I'll pass that over to the students. Do y'all know?
Yeah, it's $2 a wash, and then for drying, I believe it's like 75 cents for like 45 minutes. I don't know, that's how much it charged me yesterday, but yeah, it should be around there.
It's $2 for drying.
Oop, then I got charged more. But that being said, it's way more affordable than like laundry mats in Isla Vista or Goleta, so yeah.
Got it.
Someone messaged me privately asking what if our financial aid hasn't gone through. First of all, financial aid has not been dispersed yet, I
It
believe.
has. It
Oh, it
has,
has.
yeah. Yeah, for most students, there are students that haven't yet.
I think, well, regardless, we have financial aid advising baked into the schedule. So if you have any direct questions, you can meet them privately, I believe. Like, I'm sure there'll be like a separate forum. You can also, since you are a student, I think you can avail the QS line, unless I'm mistaken, even though they're not fully matriculated. I think you can still access that. Am I wrong?
No, you're right.
Awesome.
During that time too, when we were meeting with them, can we also ask like other questions?
Yeah, during what meetings?
Well, he was just saying that there is time worked into the schedule where we like kind of meet with financial aid or something like that.
Oh yeah, yeah. There's definitely going to be times to meet with a variety of different advisors, and for the financial aid drop-ins, you can ask them like literally any financial aid questions.
Okay, thank you.
Any other helpful tips from the staff? We just have a couple more minutes. If anyone would like to ask a question one-on-one, I'll stay on. So you don't have to ask it in front of the whole group. I just want to be sensitive to that.
Someone messaged me privately asking if, like, once you officially moved in the academic year, if you have to pay for laundry every week. And yeah, you would have to pay for your own laundry every week. Well, however regularly you do laundry, but you would have to pay.
Got it. Someone said what kind of clothes? Definitely comfortable clothes. We're not going to do anything too formal. For the dance, if you like to dress up, some students like to dress up like kind of like semi-formal. Some, but I think for the most part, it's mainly like for the dance, it's kind of like as if you're going to like a casual high school dance, not like a formal dance like homecoming or anything like that, or prom. More like just like if you're going to like the 18 and up club kind of thing. And then comfortable shoes, we're going to be doing a lot of walking, y'all. So a lot of walking to classes and different events across campus to get to know the campus. So yeah, use comfortable, like you don't want to wear flats the whole time. You want to wear something that you can get around in. Some sandals, definitely shower shoes, lots of shorts and tees and tanks because it will be hot. With that said, it can also cool off at night. So bring a sweater, like don't get caught. You know, we're literally out in the ocean, so it can get cool at night, even if it's hot in the day.
Someone messaged me asking about the shower situation. So maybe someone who's in Santa Cruz right now, or some of the residential staff could clarify the details. But from my memory of my freshman year, there's communal bathrooms with communal showers. I believe there's like 8 per like wing. There's like curtains, but it would be communal. This is just for like Santa Cruz or like the Chi 5 area. If you live in Manzanita or San Raf throughout the year, or FT, I believe there's more private bathroom accommodations, but for the low rise like res halls, it is communal. And sometimes it can get a little busy throughout the year. Step shouldn't be as busy, but yes. Someone also just asked me if you can overstay until you're moving for the academic year. Unfortunately, you cannot. You do have to move out the last day of the program, which should be the 2nd.
I also
Wait,
saw
yes, sorry.
Yeah,
Sorry
on the
about that.
2nd. I also saw that some questions about the new access cards. Y'all, this is the first year that they're going like mobile. And so access cards are different this year. So there are a lot of questions I don't know about, but I don't know if you do the e-version, if you can even buy the access card, or even if that'll be necessary. If you'd like the card and you can get it, I would recommend getting it, because I think with everything, since it's new, I think there's going to be hiccups here and there. So if you can get your access card, I would recommend it. It's like $30.
Very quick question. Then where do we buy these access cards?
Good question. So usually they're purchased in the USEN, which is like in the center of campus. But now, since things are changing, I'm not sure if there's like an online version for that, but we'll definitely check on that and send some more information about that during STEP. But for now, if you can do the e version, I would go with that. Yes,
Thanks.
Someone just hit me up on the DM, like definitely bring a big bag for dirty clothes. You don't want to have, there isn't like a spot for dirty clothes. So like a big trash bag would be good. Yeah, don't forget your bathing suit or swim trunks for the beach day. Food, so dinner, so breakfast is like 7:30 to 8:15 in the morning, which is pretty early. Lunch is 12:30 to 1:45, and then dinner is 5:45 to 6:30. I recognize, that is pretty early for a lot of y'all who might eat dinner later than like 6 p.m. So if you would like to bring more money for food, like for the late nights, I would recommend doing that. If you want to order something for delivery, you can do that. But we won't be going out. It's only for delivery. Right. And then I saw Joel's question. That's what people are talking about, the access card. The access card is basically your school ID. Yeah, any other questions that haven't been answered to this point?
I wanted to double check with commuting. So I'm going to be taking the train to the Goleta train station, and I indicated on the STEP form. Just to reaffirm, you said that we should be getting an email tomorrow about that, right?
Yes, tomorrow or Friday at the latest. We're gonna try to get those emails out tomorrow afternoon. It's just kind of a lot to organize. So we're hoping that the people who are doing the pickups can send that out tomorrow.
All right, so we shouldn't have to worry about that then, right?
No, like if you did it, if you included your arrival details on the additional details form, then you're good to go. You'll be contacted. But if you made arrangements like since submitting that and changed something, definitely email the email that I put up there, mchavez@ucsb.edu.
All right, thank you.
Yeah, that's a great question. Like Ariana mentioned, can we go to IV? There's a bunch of food places in IV. But yeah, that would be something that would get you dismissed from STEP, like heading out off campus alone. Don't worry, Stephen, we'll be posting this via email. I'm gonna try to, hopefully it's not too big of a file to send out via email, but if it is, I'm gonna post it to Vimeo and then post the link in, I think that's what I'll do. I'll post it to Vimeo and then send a link out via email.
Someone asked, can we buy the access cards on Saturday when we get there? Is there time allotted for that, Luther?
No, I think the USEN, I think most of the USEN, if that is an option, it'll be closed on Saturday and Sunday, and then the first time would be probably Monday. But honestly, like the schedule's so packed, you might not be able to get your access card until Wednesday afternoon until you have some downtime.
Someone asked if the gym will be open, and if so, can we use it? The gym is open, but since you guys as incoming freshmen are not fully matriculated yet, you will not be able to use the gym until like the fall term starts. I think also regardless, there may not be enough time for you guys to access the gym, even if you guys were able to, but there is like an outdoor gym area outside of Santa Cruz, like maybe during downtime you guys could use. But yeah, unfortunately during STEP, you will not be able to use the rec center.
All facts. Anything else coming in?
Most of these like guidelines will be discussed during your hall meetings. which the first one is the night of the move-in.
Yeah, really good questions. I like that y'all are asking and just, being on the same page. Yeah, good question, Oralia. So if you have writing class at 10 a.m. And nothing at 9, that's your downtime. You can do a workout, you can work on your work, you can sleep in, right? If you have class at 9 and nothing at 10, same thing. That'll be your downtime to hang out in the res hall, or just kind of hang out with people that are in your class. Sleeping bags are optional, but you do need to bring your own blankets. It might be kind of hot for a sleeping bag, to be honest. Like that's what I usually take, but this year I'm gonna just take blankets instead because I think it's gonna be like pretty hot. How many students are coming? We had like 200 and close to 220 applicants. We only have space for 175, and unfortunately, people just like in the last few days they have to drop for whatever reason. So right now our numbers are about like 165. Right. I am reachable by email, but right now, since we're pretty busy working late nights most of the time and in training during the days, it does take me a while to get back to a lot of my emails. But please don't let that deter you from sending it. Please send it and I'll get back to you as soon as possible. If you have anything urgent, please email your RAs who just sent their RAs introduction emails. Did any RAs not get to it? Not to put you on the spot, but did any RAs not send their emails out yet? If not, we can do that tomorrow morning early. But just just a number real quick, how many halls didn't send it out yet?
For the question about the access cards, I actually don't know if we have the answer in regards to like the online system, but if you have the online card, it may not be necessary to invest in a physical card just yet. I
Yeah.
also just want to say generally, like questions regarding like what you should bring, and like expectations, are definitely necessary, but a lot of these questions will definitely be answered throughout the program, regarding like rules or like etiquette or like just like the structure of like the calendar. So like don't stress too much in advance. I think right now your priority should just be like your arrival plans and also like just things you are supposed to bring.
If we do have free time, we still wouldn't be. Oh, that's a really good question. I know it's not the most fun thing, and I don't like to have to say it, but during free time, like y'all are not allowed to go out like and just venture off. You can go with an RA, but since EOP is liable, that's why we have to send someone out with you. It will not be like that during the academic year. Again, it's only for this week. All right. If you need to go visit a campus department, for example, if you need to go to visit the registrar's office or financial aid, and you have some downtime, you can ask an RA to roll with you to go in a small group. I'm sure there will be other students who would like to go. All right. I think questions are winding down a little bit. Please don't hesitate. There's no such thing as a bad question. Y'all have asked probably the most questions that we've gotten from the STEP virtual welcome. So it's great. It's good that y'all have been interacting and just curious. And yeah, I think I'm all caught up. Any more?
Oh, I think William just asked if there's a place where you would wash water bottles for those who are bringing them. So each wing of the res hall not only has like hydration stations where you could refill your water bottle with filtered water, but they're also like little kitchenettes, I believe, like with sinks. So you could like wash your like hydro flask or also like any dishes you have throughout the year.
Yep. There might be time like Wednesday afternoon. That's the first time we have like a big break. Also Monday afternoon, for those of you who've already done the CWP, you might have some downtime on Monday afternoon. And just a quick note for Miguel, I found out that the campus community fair is not happening. That was it. It got rescheduled and nobody told us. So Monday afternoon will be some downtime. Both STTP and myself, Martin and myself weren't aware of that. But it's all good.
So no community campus fair on Monday.
Monday afternoon, correct. Yeah. We'll be making the change to the calendar to reflect that.
Oh, I'm sorry that happened.
It's all good. It's all good. Yeah, something got twisted in communication. You really shouldn't need to take any dish soap, but yeah, to wash your water bottle, you might want to bring a little bit. It will not be provided. If you should bring an umbrella, I don't think an umbrella will be necessary unless you have like sensitivity to the sun. That might be good. But we're gonna get these hats. But usually people don't bring umbrellas. The new schedule is TBD. There's really only a minor change for Monday afternoon, but y'all can continue to refer to the one that's already been sent out. If you're going to the MESA program, feel free to bring more than you need for just the STEP program if you're moving out like right away. GroupMe will be used, so like it'll be used very heavily. So please do download that, as it was mentioned in your RA emails. That's where we'll send out like majority of the last minute announcements if something changes, or if everyone needs to be like out lining up to be escorted somewhere. We'll use GroupMe to communicate that. Not everyone will have access to GroupMe, so we'll use that along with word of mouth. So just let your other steppers know, like if we're in the dining hall and you get a message, just make sure to pick up your partner and let them know what the updates are. For those of you borrowing or who don't bring a device, a laptop to the program, you won't be able to take it to the dorms, but we'll have a computer lab where you can use it, where you can use the devices in there. They're kind of like locked into the computer lab.
I have a question. So on Sunday, the schedule I seen from 10 to 12, it was like explore the campus. Is that so we can't go by ourselves? Is that like a designated, like a scheduled tour?
Yeah, that'll be a tour. There's going to be some people going out to check out study spots on campus. There's going to be some people, a couple RAs leading like yoga or a walk. And yeah, so they'll be led by RAs. But if you have some requests of like places that you want to go to, by all means, you can suggest that, and then the RAs can take you there. All right.
Hey, Luther, I have a question.
Yes.
First of all, my brother has told me a lot of great things about you, so I just wanted to tell you that.
Oh, is Eric your brother?
Yeah.
Hey, good to see you. He did STEP 2016, so it'll be great to welcome you, man.
My question is, I'm a Promise Scholar as well. I'm part of the Propel program, so I was wondering if I'd have downtime in order for me to like schedule a meeting, so I can find out how I can like directly deposit my scholarship money towards my bank account.
That is a good question. That's more of like a case specific question. I would definitely check in with financial aid about setting up the direct deposit. Haven't done that in a while, but Jennifer, any tips or info, or is that like
really quick, I'm actually a Promise Scholar too.
nice.
So I think Edwin, if you're like concerned about like your scholarship stuff, like you can send the email directly to Holly. And she usually replies really fast, and she'll be able to guide you like every step of the way. And I think she offers virtual meetings too. So maybe like in your downtime, when you're not doing like STEP related activities, you can have like a quick like 15-minute meeting with Holly as well, since she's the overseeing program advisor for Promise Scholars.
Okay, thank you.
I saw a question about when your class times will be, and definitely check Canvas if you haven't already. Your location and times are in Canvas. All right. And don't worry too much about the schedule. Again, we're going to be doing like everything together. There's going to be plenty of time to ask like these specific questions about like, what about this? What about that? Like, where can I go for this? Yeah, we're going to have like a bunch of hall meetings. Like we're going to be together. So don't feel like you'll be on your own too much during the program. All right. I have not seen someone get charged on the bark for their bark already, for their access card on their bark already. I think someone else had that same question, but that would be strange. That would be something to talk about when you do go to get your access card in the hub. Just letting them know that you've been charged already, and they should, if you can show that, they should be able to give you your access card. Hall meetings are going to be in the halls. And so, yeah, don't worry about that. Like they're going to be in different locations by your hall. They'll let you know before they happen. Yeah.
I would recommend bringing a backpack if possible.
Oh,
To
definitely.
answer Genesis' question.
Yeah, backpack, something to write with, your laptop device, headphones, if you like them. And then, yeah, just refer to the sheet that's already been sent out about what to bring. All right, I think we'll go ahead and shut it down for now. We can probably go on till forever asking questions. You will actually get a water bottle. You're gonna actually get a stainless steel water bottle with the STEP logo on it. So if you don't bring a water bottle, you can just have that for the week. All right, but feel free to bring your hydro flask like I have here. It's gonna be hot, so yeah, definitely stay hydrated. Inside the dorms, there's hydration stations with good water in it. So you can just go in and get water and fill up your water bottle that's provided to you by STEP at any time. All right. But yes, thanks everyone for attending. It's really crucial that y'all attended this. You're gonna be steps ahead of the students who didn't attend. And so yeah, we look forward to seeing you in a couple of days. And what is there? 2 more sleeps? We got tonight, tomorrow, Friday night, 3 more sleeps, and then we'll see each other on Saturday morning. Be safe when you're traveling, and let us know if you have any questions. All right. And if you know, in terms of arrivals and whatnot, you should be getting those emails tomorrow, by the end of the day tomorrow. All right. Cool. You're welcome, everyone. Take care. I'm gonna hang on here for individual questions if anyone needs to.
Should we stay on as well, or are we also free to go?
Yeah, no, let's have you log off. I think we're good for the evening. Thank you.